Dungeon 4, which is basically called also indication of Thieves Town, is quite the small dungeon. It is not that big at all. I know it. I would say this is probably the smallest of the dungeons in the Dark World, just from this alone. But this place also has what is considered the overwhelm the pearl button, overwhelm the pearl ability. I got hit with a few stars. These little stars are on the ground and sometimes underneath pots and whatnot. But they will override the moon pearl for a few seconds, like those right there. Watch out for those. They hide them a lot in this place too. But here's the big key. Right at the beginning of the dungeon, yeah, it really can tell you that this dungeon is really, really small. I got hit by that again. And just like, you know, being overwhelmed by the fairy, by that thing, yeah, you can't use your items, so be wary of that. You want to go up here. And go up here. Again, I want to say this is supposed to be like a more major place. But this concept of having to complete Dungeon 4 to continue on with the game happens in A Link Between Worlds 2, where you have to find a sage that actually has the item for you, just so you can get into the desert of that place too. We come up here. There's nothing in here. Nothing. Zip, zero, nod. I wonder if this is going to be something of importance later. Only time will tell. Let's head off this way. And we're actually in the place that... We heard about the guy that was in Karika Village in the first... I would say that I think it was in episode 2 we called about, or in session 1 in that regard. Was that there used to be a really master thief called Blind, and this place was his hideout. Essentially, that's going to be the boss of this place. Oh, I should have captured that fairy. But I was too close to it. We also got these amoeba enemies. They only have, they're little solid form is what can harm them. So, watch out for it. This place has got a lot of spikes, too. Nope. And this is a cool thing about Link to the Past, too, is that you can go to almost any dungeon you wish, with certain exceptions. So, I like this concept because after beating this, we unlock a plethora of upgrades that'll be really useful for us. Hey! Get out of here, you. I'll put that. Ow! Hit that spikes. Get up here. We want to come up here because we want to have him, the reds up. Because that only just tells you, this thing here, probably Shalashla, will tell you, so hey, you know, that blind... Sort of the boss hates light. Probably what he's gonna tell you. That switch there also drops enemies, so don't follow that through. We have these lizard enemies here, which pack a wallop. I really wish I had an upgrade tunic at this point, but we aren't gonna get that until Dungeon 5. Ugh. Which means, yeah, because the Dark World enemies, they pack a punch, and with your green tunic, you're basically like a piece of paper now. In the middle of a paper shredder. Come on. Stay in the door here and get rid of these guys. There we go. You can get bombs here because you need to blow up that little light source. You have to do this because this actually is good for later. Blow this up. There we go. And again, this dungeon won't take us very long. It'll take us to the end of the session and that'll be it. So... But at least it's good that this place actually has some actual backstory behind it, which is actually nice. Can I get these again? No, I can't. I want to say we want to have the blues down, going back to the ground floor here. So we got to get around this. Round across the blade traps. Yes, we do. Okay. Can I get you, please, Anti-Fairy? Come over here. Thank you. That's sweet. Awesome. Fantastic. care of you. Now, I'm not sure if the boss of this place is actually affected by the magical spells of the medallions. Again, it's something you just never attempt because you just don't feel like you should. Oh, we come up here, bomb, and go down this hill right here. Booyah! Ooh, take care of these. I wouldn't say these weren't. I guess it's the Thothos you want to call these guys. I don't know what these enemies are either, but they just act like the same things. Hey, why'd you freeze and then die? Thank you. Give me my arrows back. I want to go down first. So lift that big rock like that. And booyah, we continue on with this place. Alright, we got these other prison guards. Go. Take care of you. Take care of you. We have the big key. And luckily, we can throw these pots right through the bars. Ah! There we go. Hey, it's a maiden! Firstly, key. Oh, thank you very much. You saved my life. Please take me outside. Yes, we need to get you out of here. Why do you sound why do you have a deeper voice? That is none of your concern, hero. Oh, right. It's not a concern of my hero. It's not a concern of me. Actually, I am your only concern, maiden, to be fair. I want to say this is a required room. Yes, it is. Hit this button right here. We get the Titan's Mitt! You can now lift the heaviest of stones that are that were once impossible to budge. That's right. Oh, we gotta run. The floor is given away. Yep, we now have the Titan's Mitt. Now we can lift any rock we so choose. I want to say there's something in this room. No, there's not. It's just a trap. And it's this sort of thing that what this place has too is traps. You have to kill the enemies in order to get out of here. Oh, wow, I didn't fall off. That's a shock. Yeah, so watch out for certain rooms. Certain rooms are just not required to get into because, again, they're just traps. The boss wants to kill Link, and he's going to try everything his best to do so. He is a bandit, after all. He knows his tricks of the trade. There we go. Hit the button right here. Kill that Sophos. And this is the boss end. Yeah, this is the end of the dungeon. We come in here, and we get the boss. Gah! It's too bright! Behold, blind, the thief. This guy gets tougher as you go along through the fight. He has 3 phases, and each phase is basically of his head popping off. He'll jump from top to the bottom screen on random occasions, but every time you kill off his head, a second one appears. The boss fight gets a lot harder as you go along, but thanks to the magical shield you've got, you can somewhat block the energy projectiles that he produces, so watch out for those. Come on, you. You're slow down, and that's it. Boom, yeah, folks. Another heart for us, and another pendant. Dun, dun, dun. Woo! This is pendant number 4, technically, but our second crystal, a maiden. I say, because of you, I can escape from the clutches of the evil monsters. Thank you. As the wise men sealed the way to the Dark World, the Knights of Hyrule defended them from the attacks of evil monsters. I heard the Knights of Hyrule were nearly wiped out in that battle. You are perhaps the last one to carry the bloodline of the Knights. It is ironic that the last one in the line has the potential to become the hero of legend. I don't think it's ironic. I think it's called desperate. Surely you can destroy Ganon. Do you understand? Yes, I do. May the way of the hero lead to the Triforce. Yeah, sorry, Bob. Let's go. You can see, that was very quick. Very quick dungeon. So, with that in tow, we can now basically do finalized cleanup before we end this session here. It's gonna be fun editing, I assure you. So we're gonna go over here first. Thanks now that we can lift up. Actually, no. That's right, we couldn't get that. I was a little mistaken beforehand. I could get the 4th bottle, but no, you actually do need the Titan's Mitt for it. So we're gonna do something a little bit different. You see this guy right here? Rip, rip, rip. Your body did not change. You're not just an ordinary guy, are you? I used to live in Kakariko Town. I wonder if my partner's still doing that without me. Ribbit, I have a request for you. Please take me back to my partner. Please. Ribbit, ribbit, please. Yeah, we can. Why not? So, and this is like an unreal, again, another reason that, you know, we couldn't take those 2 people up in Death Mountain back to the light world. For some reason, we can do it here. He's a dwarf. Well, I think we've seen a dwarf before. And he's up in this house right here. Oh, happy days, you're here again. You found my partner. We're very happy now. Drop by here again. We'll temper your sword perfectly. Alright, cool. Actually, we want to do that right now. We jump back in here. We can talk to him. Hey, welcome. Ask us to do anything. Temper my sword. Sure, I'll give you a big discount. Temper sword is only 10 rupees. Yes, sir. Yep, are you sure? Yes, I have. Alright, no problem. We'll have to keep your sword here for a while. Alright, so we are now swordless. Yep. But that's actually for a good reason. It'll take a few moments for the sword to get tempered, which will be our level 3 sword, which will be very useful going into the next dungeons, which they didn't cater to those being attacked. We want to jump down here firstly. And we come up here. This little altar of, I hope that's not blood. Let's put some magic powder in this thing. Hey, blast you for waking me from my deep, dark sleep. Thanks a lot, sir. But now I will get my revenge on you. Get ready for it. Is that okay with you, sir? So he's cursing us. I laugh at your misfortune. Now your magic power will drop by 1/2. Congratulations. Now do your best, even though I'm sure it won't be enough. Have a nice day. See you. Now that's a little confusing from the wording there. What he means is that now your magic consumption has now been reduced by 1/2. So now you have more opportunity to use the magical items you have equipped to do more usage. That's all that it does, and it's actually pretty useful going forward. Well, I say that we go back to, again, we're saying a lot of I says today. I say for everything. We want to do this because now, pop up this off away. We can hit these switches down. Be wary of the dead cuckoos. I do not know if these cuckoos will actually bring in their swarm on you. But, you know, it's just best to be safe and not even touch them. Not even attack them at all. We want to hit all these pillars down to reveal a new secret for us. There we go. On our way downwards. And a piece of heart for us. Nice! It's another heart container for us. Woo, 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 woo! I mean, we got a lot of health. And it's going to be useful later. For sure. And you want to come up here, though. There's a chest. Because the key is locked inside the chest, you can never open it. Just take it with you. This chest, if you remember from the Lost Woods, there was a thief that told us about a former member of his that knew how to unlock anything. And he was staying nearby the desert. I say we go down there and give that man a visit. Now, with this chest with you, you cannot dash. If you dash, or hit anything with the A button, I think. Or at least, I think it's just dashing in general. Is that the chest will be left behind. So, be wary of that. And since we don't have a sword, we're going to have to rely on our items usage here. So we gotta use our bow and arrow to take these guys down. Hey, no! You get very vulnerable from this, because now you don't have a sword that's, you know, an item that doesn't really, you know, use itemage or basically inventory in that regard. Take care of you. Come up here. Take care of you. At least these guys are dying to the arrow, which is really nice. And I'm glad we actually upgraded our arrow capacity, because that basically allows us to have at least some freedom to where we can, you know, attack enemies with. That's for sure. We want to avoid those guys like the plague. Oh, no, no, no. Okay, we're gonna have to go around the long way. Alright, alright. Also, if you jump in the water, the chest will also go away too, so don't dump in deep water either. But doing after this, though, will actually allow us to get our last good item for us. A pretty good item at that, too. We want to come in here, and now we want to hit the magic mirror. We come back in here, and we want to talk to this guy right here with this guy here we couldn't talk before. I heard I used to be a thief, right? Well, I'll open a chest for you. Will you keep a secret for everyone? It's a secret to everybody. Promise not to tell. And he opens it up, and it's a magic bottle for us. Yeah, we can use that for later. Woo! Nice. Well, I say we go... Again, a lot of I says. We go this way. Let's head back to... now, this should be enough time should have passed. We should now be able to get our sword back. So let's get that out of the way, huh? And now, without that chest locking us away, we can use a shortcut. Hoo-yah. Go out this way. We can talk to this. If you bump in this tree, it will basically attack you. Because that tree was actually a former Hylian who got transformed into a tree, and we saw that tree get transformed earlier. So, and with the Titan's Mitt, we can now lift these darker rocks now. So yeah, we can now have access to everything now. We can get a lot of items, and probably next session we will clean up. I'm gonna be probably ending it here when we get our sword back. So, oh, there's a guy that can harm us there. Ugh. We can lift up this up here. There we go. And let's warp back to the light world and see our swords back. Wakey, wakey! I need my sword. Your sword is tempered. Now hold it! Da, 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 da. Great! Your sword is stronger. You can feel the sheer power flowing through your body. That's right. We now have the third, the level 3 sword. There's only one more sword we can get in the game itself, but we can't get that until later. But now we have the sword, which now does more damage, which is really, really nice. We're back to Thieves Town. I wonder... I don't remember... Okay, I think we can get one more thing before we get out of here. And I think is... Yes, we can get that now. Because technically at this point, folks, we have everything we need to basically complete the game with. Except for one thing, which is an arrow that we don't have yet. But we'll get that later. But I want to come over here, though. We want to go back to the graveyard. Because now we have the power of the Titan's Mitt. We can get one more thing, and then we'll just call it a session here. Actually, I think there's two things we can get here, too. So, let's just, Ow! Hey! Hinoxes, get out of my way. There we go. Back to the graveyard. With the Titan's Mitt. Now, also, after the worlds have been connected, you'll now see Pose running around the graveyard now, instead of, like, the red enemies we saw earlier. Which is kind of haunting, to say the least. But yeah, there was this place here that was covered by darker rocks. We can now push this. I think we can push. Oh wait, no, we have to dash into this one. There we go. Dash into here, and we get go into a crypt. Ooh, creepy. But we get a magical item. This is the magic cape. You are now invisible where you wear it, but you have to watch your magic meter. So yeah, we can now avoid hazards if we so choose. But again, it uses magic like nothing else, so be wary of that. It does make you invulnerable, though, so that's always a plus. But there's also something here we need to grab, too, up in that cave, but we can't get to that cave in the light world. Which means the dark world has a transporting spot for us. We can break through these rocks here. Watch out for those things. And see, we can get access to this thing right here without it, but that's just telling you, hey, you know, there should be something in the light world for you. You come up here, and you get ourselves this. And we get this little secret spot here, and this contains a piece of heart for us after we blow up a wall or two. And they tell you need to blow up a wall because they give you bombs. A hint that bombs are needed. And a piece of heart's right there. Not bad. And I think that will do it for this session, folks. Let me get into, let's get into the light world. Let's get to the sanctuary, and we'll. There's my problem there. That yeah, sometimes you warp back into the dark world. You're overlaying a tile set. You can't really continue in that place. So the game will automatically warp you back to the opposite world, so you can get yourself out. Again, there's not a reason that you're gonna get soft locked for anything. Alrighty, I'm gonna plot myself back in here because it's safe in here apparently. Back into here. I will take refuge here in the nice calming music, as we'll end this session here. For the YouTube exit, folks, thank you for watching. Next time, we'll continue with more dungeons, more exploring, and more fun as we go along. But with that said, I'll see you around for another round of The Legend of Zelda, I Say to the Past. See you guys then. Ta-ta!